This program has been made possible in part by Interweave, the handmade life, your craft community for books, magazines, videos, patterns, events, and more. On the web at interweavestore.com.
I'd like to welcome Connie Chang, Chinchio, and she's a designer, author of Textured Stitches, and welcome.
Thank you, Shay. Glad to be here.
Well, we're thrilled to have you, and you do textured stitches, and we have some examples here in this hat. Do you want to tell everybody what stitch that is?
Oh yeah, sure. The main body of the hat is the honeycomb stitch, which I just love for its small texture. It stands out in nice relief. It's good for a small item like an accessory. And then the larger blocks at the bottom are knit one, purl one ribbing. And I like knit one, purl one ribbing because of the elasticity that it has, which is good for hats. It hugs your head, especially during those cold winter months.
And you have a unique cast on.
Yes, it's the tubular cast-on, which I like better than the long tail cast-on for ribbing because it gives a more professional finish. It's more elastic, and I just think it looks very nice and rounded.
It is a very nice cast-on. Well, show us how to do that.
Okay, certainly. So what you want to do at first is you want to do a provisional cast-on, and how you do that is you have a waste yarn, and you first crochet a chain.
Okay.
You make a slip knot.
I see a kind of a large crochet hook. Does that matter, or? It
doesn't matter. You don't want your crochet hook to be too large or too small for the yarn, but since it's just a waste yarn for your cast on, and you're going to be getting rid of it anyway, it doesn't matter too much.
Okay, so you're going to take that yarn off. Am I understanding that correctly?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. So I'll do a few more, and then I'm not an expert crocheter, so I'm a bit awkward here.
But you know what? Everybody out there is not an expert either.
So
you are an expert at textured stitches.
I don't know about that, but so the back of it is what you'll be using, and you see these loops here?
Yes, I do.
You'll be picking up stitches through these loops.
Okay.
And I'll show you. Now this is the working yarn.
All right. And so you're just going to use the loop on the back.
Exactly.
Okay.
To pick up.
And in real life, the big loop that you have left over here, you'd not, or?
No, actually, I like to keep it like that because
then
I have the next step here.
Okay.
I like to keep it like that because then it's very easy to unravel.
Okay.
If it's nice and loose.
So you want to make it big so it'll stay.
That's right.
Okay. Okay, so you're just picking that up. You're just knitting through that loop.
That's right.
Okay.
And then so you have these loops of your working yarn, and you just start knitting.
Okay, so
normally.
All right, so you just knit through that. And I see you have another example over there where you've kind of knit ahead.
Can
we see that?
Of course. So here I've already knit they're called foundation rows in stockinette.
Okay.
And so, I just picked up the loops from the back like I did here, and I just knit up from that. And then now what you want to do is you want to...
Now that green is your waste yarn.
My waste yarn. So
is that the correct term, what I call it, a waste yarn?
Exactly.
Yes. Okay.
And so what I want to do is I just want to unzip it.
Oh.
And just unzip it.
Unzipped it. Oh, and that's why you kept that loop big, so you know which end unzip?
Right. And then what you do is you put the live loops now onto your needles.
Carefully.
Carefully.
So you don't lose one, right?
Right.
And once you get them all on,
then you fold it so the right sides are facing each other and the wrong sides are facing each other, excuse me, and the right sides are facing out.
Okay.
And that's the tubular part of your tubular cast-on.
So it's important to have the right sides facing out so that it looks nice when you're done. Is that correct?
That's right. And so then what you do is with the third needle, you just you knit your ribbing. So the front needle is your knit stitches.
Okay. And then the back needle is?
Your purl stitches.
Oh,
So you just like alternate one after the other.
Carefully.
Carefully.
Yeah, always carefully. And that's interesting. Well, you have an example, Connie. Not to interrupt you, but
Oh, of course.
let's go to this example because I thought this was really great.
Right.
That's your,
and that's what the cast on looks like. You can see there's no hard edges. This is cast on normally, and you can see there's
if you lay that down, everybody can see that together. See what a difference it makes. This is really a much nicer professional look.
Right, because the stitches just go around. There's no interruption, and it's nice and elastic, which is good for cuffs, like my sweater here, it's elastic cuff. And this is a lot more unyielding and difficult to work with.
We have to say one more thing. This example is the normal cast off, and this is a tubular cast off.
Right. Also the sewn bind off is the other name for it.
That's great. Well, thanks, Connie.
Thank you, Shay.
That was a really interesting segment.